Hey folks, welcome to my desktop. So, a couple of pages of notes from CCP. The communication is key local chat test. The only thing I'm really interested in is right down here. The test server will remain open until 3rd of February for further testing. So, yeah, get your testing done while you can. It's open on Friday. It's usually open on Thursday for the mass test. That was the traditional way. They've done it for Friday. I was like, oh no, I'm going to miss it. But it's still the 3rd of February. Yeah, pretty cool. So what you need to know next, if you're going to take part on the test server for the next 3 days, once the mass test starts, is that it's going to be mirrored. So everything you had up till Tuesday is going to be copied onto the test server. So if you did anything today or the day before, it will be like it never happened. Your skill queue should be active on Singularity, right? There won't be enough time to do any skill testing like training or anything like that because it's such a short time. But if you do take part in the mass test, you'll be rewarded with some skill injectors, I believe. 150 of them, which is crazy. So that'll give you what? If you're advanced like me, you'll only get what? 150,000 times 150 is you'll get 22 million skill points, which is what do you think? 2 million is a month, I think. Right? So that's quite a long time. You've got you're going to get a ton of skill points for that. So that'll be fun. But I won't be able to take part in it. What do you do? Well, what you're going to do to prepare is go to your launcher. You'll click on the Tranquility in the lower right, and you'll select Singularity. And when you do, you'll be shown a new launcher screen with different, possibly, login accounts. And I highly recommend, since it's been so long since we've gone on Singularity for any real purpose, that you go into that section for Singularity, click on it, remove everything, remove your accounts, right? And then add the accounts again, like re-authenticate everything on that. You just go in there and so you've got your Tranquility, which you don't touch, but your Singularity, when you go onto there, it's frozen, of course, because CCP. Yeah, they still haven't fixed that. At least I showed you what to do. And yeah, just delete everything, add them again, make sure you got your passwords set, or remembered. So you got to remember your passwords for all your accounts that you're going to add. So add them all. And special note, you absolutely cannot create a new account and add it to Singularity. It's got to be an Omega to actually, no, that's not true anymore. It's got to be an account that was created prior to the mirror, I believe. So if you create a whole bunch of characters to test on Singularity, you're going to be upset because that's not going to work, I believe. That's the way it's always been. So as long as you've got accounts in the system in the past, you're going to be able to add them to the Singularity page when you open it up. Okay, so don't think you can create new ones. It's not going to happen.
So that's just a warning there. So, okay, so you've added all your characters and you're set. What you'll do when the mass test does occur and you want to go test things, I'm going to miss it, so I'll be testing other stuff, is decide now what you're going to test. I'm going to be testing the survivability and cap stability of a battleship that uses an ancillary repairer and a cap injector, and I want to test how long those cap, because it's going to eat up all the cap injectors in the cargo. How long can I push it to keep it cap stable and not run out of anything? So I'll need to have a bunch of ships. I'll need to be shooting. I'll be neutralizing. I'll be, doing everything I can to make that ship accessible. And the cool thing is that when I go on the test server, I'll be able to purchase some modules from the test server stores that have an infinite supply of stuff, really cheap, for 100 ISK each. I'll be able to buy some Cosmos items that I'm having to build on Tranquility. It's going to take a month, but I can buy it right away tomorrow or whenever I feel like in the next few days in order to test that whole system I've got set up. So that'll be fun. So that's number one on my test list. Number two, we'll be going out and finding, I believe they're on Tranquility, an incursion. I've never done an incursion before, and I've got about 3 or 4 golems that I want to test for incursions. See if I can actually run incursions. I doubt I'll be able to do it with 4. I think I'll try a lesser gate or something. I'll try something lesser. See if I can make any ISK off that. So that's number 2 on the pipeline for testing. Number 3. Probably something to do with implants, to test whether one implant type is better than another. Like, say, the implant for... well, actually, I'd like to test some rigs too, Tech 2 rigs on my Pirate Stronghold Bashing Lashaks, and see if 3 energy emission rigs is better than 2 energy and 1 repair rig. Repair lessening the capacitor cost of it, right? Because the energy modules cost so much energy per activation compared to a remote repair module. So that's number 4 on the list. I don't know what exactly implants I'll be testing. I'll have to experiment a bit and make some notes. Yeah, it's key that you've got a list, because this like, you're wasting time on Singularity. You're not making any ISK. You're just testing. So having a checklist is really important to save your time. What if the home worlds are going to be up? Home fronts are going to be up. I'd like to test that again. Check out my old fits, see if my old fits still work for the updated home fronts, which have been updated quite a bit, actually. Check that out. So that's number 5 or 6 on the list, right? Yeah, I'm not making notes right now. I'll just listen to my own video. It's like, what the hell was I going to do? Stuff like that, right? So the Drifter Crisis you won't be able to test that because, well, you might be able to. Not sure if the Drifter Crisis will be active. Some things aren't active on the test server, honestly. It's hard to test. Like the home fronts might not be active on the test server when I go on. It's tricky. Will I do anything with skills? Well, like I said before, it's only 3 days, and I'm not part of the mass test, so I can't get the ridiculous amounts of skill points, right? And don't even bother trying to buy the large skill injectors on the market, because there are people who are like mad crazy about buying all of them every single time Singularity gets, mirrored, and they will buy it within seconds. They're all gone. So just don't even bother unless you're mad crazy. Yeah, don't even. Yeah, don't even try thinking of that. It'll be within the hour. It'll be gone, all of them. Some other news. You might not know this. When you're alpha on Tranquility, you can go Omega so easily on Singularity, because Plex you can buy Plex, I believe. For 100 ISK, you can buy Plex for 100 ISK per Plex on Singularity at their test server stores. It's just like a market. Every constellation has a single market for all the infinite numbers of stuff. Almost. It's not technically infinite, but yeah, you can buy a ton of Plex and Plex all your accounts, all your alpha accounts, and go test that out. So if you want to figure out what's it like flying Omega, you can totally do so with your alpha accounts. If you've got prior to today, prior to me saying this, if you've got alpha accounts like this one and this one, I can make them Omega on Singularity so easily. It's great. So you can test that. I've made prior videos on this subject. If you want ISK, it's incredibly easy to do. If you want a lot of ISK right away, if you have the skill, if one of your characters has the skill for, say, a jump freighter or something really expensive like a dreadnought or something like that, what you do is you go to that constellation market, buy yourself a dreadnought or a jump freighter for 100 ISK, board it, go outside, eject, self-destruct, eject, dock up, buy another one, board it, undock, self-destruct, eject. You can be docked while it's self-destructing, and you'll get default insurance on it. And once you have enough to buy the platinum insurance, do that. So you'll purchase a jump freighter or freighter, platinum insure it, board it, launch, self-destruct, eject, dock, and you'll rapidly have enough. That's why sometimes, well, you wouldn't know, but if you warp to that market station, you see a whole bunch of dreadnought wrecks, and you can buy dreadnoughts at high security. It doesn't matter. There'll be tons of dreadnought wrecks outside station, especially the one at Cheetah is in perimeter. So they'll be, you'll see it. Let's see what else. The Move Me. The Move Me is very powerful. Just type it in any chat, and a pop-up will occur, and you can select Amar, Cheetah, Dodixie, I forget the exact number of them. I think it's Wrens, and the main market systems and a bunch of other test systems, and you can even get to Theta. So if you want to check out Theta, Thera, yeah. If you want to check out the that famous wormhole system called Thera, you can go there too. Stuff like that. Yeah, you can go to nullsec and check that out if you've never been. Blah, yada yada. So it's a really powerful tool. Yeah, and it won't jump your clone there. It'll take your ship there to the system. So you can be sitting at dock and you go, move me. It'll move your ship wherever you want. Well, wherever you want on the pop-up list. You don't have perfect control over it. Yeah, PvP is frowned upon. You can literally autopilot through. It's going to be annoying. If you go autopiloting somewhere, or flying anywhere, remember, have you ever logged into the game just after the servers are online after 1100, and you've gone to a jump gate and it says jump gate is not awake yet, it has to wake, and you have to wait it a little bit and then try again? Really annoying. So autopiloting is key to avoid frustration. It'll wake up the system and then jump actually into the system, and you go to the next system that's not awake, and yeah, it's a big ordeal. Once those systems are awake though, if you're locally traveling, you don't have to do it all the time. As long, I think the downtime for Singularity is 0500. Anyways, so once you've woken up for that day, they'll stay woke. Yeah, PvP is frowned upon. There are some griefers that will attempt to be dicks because they're dicks, and CCP doesn't support Singularity, so you won't have any recourse. But hopefully, your testing will be uninterrupted. Any upwells that you go to will have everything stripped. All the modules stripped from them. And all your items will be sent to asset safety. I believe. And if you go on, you've got the ability to send your items to certain stations in the asset safety window. And the Singularity is going to be open for like 3 days or a few days until the 3rd. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a hassle if you got stuff in upwells. But yeah, fuel blocks are 100 ISK each. Buy a ton of them. You don't need to buy a lot because it's only going to be open for a few days. But yeah, everything's super cheap. The only thing that isn't super cheap are upwell cores. Upwell cores are not 100 ISK each. They're full price. They're premium price. So do be aware of that. Costs quite a bit of penny if you want to go on test server and check out what upwells are like and how to, what's it like on lining and anchoring and fitting them. Do be aware that the cores are going to cost you a pretty penny. If you had a skill that just finished training today or yesterday, and you absolutely want to test that skill out on stuff, you can go copy skills. I think it's copy skills, plural. And that will inject any skill you've trained for that character. You can only do it once. Do be aware that when you do so, I forget how, I've made a video on it. I forget the actual mechanic, but there is, be careful when you're doing that, copy skills, because something about skill extractors, if you're using skill extractors, there's a delay. I forget how it works. But yeah, look up the video, and I'm sure I've got a video about it. If you're attempting to skill extract, I think there's a delay, a 2-week delay, before you can use copy skills. So if you're going to start skill extracting, I believe you have to do your copy skills first. Yeah, just use copy skill in my channel. You'll probably find it. It's the most recent one. Published. They're both published. Both on the same day. Extraction versus copy skills. Ah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so, yeah, I think I said that right. Cool. Yeah, there it is. Copy skills is blocked after using a skill extractor for 14 days. Okay, I was right. Excellent. Okay, so that's dealt with. Yeah, I think that's about it. Poured all my knowledge out onto the floor.
Hello
Big
everyone,
puddle.
and welcome back to the Slow Community YouTube channel. My name is Lynn Rankin,
And
today
yeah,
I'm proud to share
that's
with
about
you
it.
a tutorial on
Thanks
how
for
to set
listening.
up